She says, absolutely not.
Stevie Lou is a wedding baby. Unknown to both of us, Jake and I actually are both carriers of the same cystic fibrosis gene. We opted to have an amniocentesis to determine whether or not the baby did or did not have CF. So we found out that our baby did have cystic fibrosis.
Initially, it's a major shock. Every parent wants their baby to be a healthy baby.
Molly called me quite upset, very emotional, and could hardly really get out the words that the doctor had just called and said that Ryan had tested positive for cystic fibrosis. So we cried with one another and kind of took that moment to just really think about what's next.
The minute I got the call, I kind of knew. Jeff and I both were carriers, but it was still quite the shock.
I know I have CF.
We were caught off guard with Noah's diagnosis after birth. We did know that I was a carrier. We were finding that he was losing weight. And then with his third weight check is when I got the phone call from the pediatrician. And she said, I think we found the answer to why Noah is losing weight. And that is when we found out Noah had cystic fibrosis.
You never think something like that's gonna happen to you or your family or your kid. Yeah, it hit you like a ton of bricks, man.
Found out in August of 2009 that our baby girl would have CF, and she was born in January of 2010.
Initially, you're scared to death, and then you still have moments of being scared, but then I kind of flipped the switch and thought, if we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down swinging with this. So that's when we really started to learn everything that there was to understand about it.
Growing up, I was very lucky with who my parents are. They were very much supportive of me from growing up with CF. I honestly didn't even realize everyone didn't grow up how we grew up with CF. I used to think that, everyone would go home, do their breathing treatment machines, take their pills. And I remember in kindergarten being like, Mom, why do other kids not take pills with their food?
Our pediatrician just has a standard rule that if a child in the first year of life doesn't gain any weight during a 3-month visit, then she automatically tests for CF. But the weight gain concerned her, so she took the test and it did come back positive.
I'm Danielle Dorfler. I was Jan Thompson's partner for about 6 years. I had the privilege of knowing Jan after her lung transplantation. So she was extremely healthy when we got together and really was living life to the fullest. She never let CF define her, and she didn't let lung transplantation define her. She really just had this presence in your life that you couldn't articulate and you couldn't really explain. It's just your life became a smidge better because you knew her.
I am a very late diagnosed person. In my 50s, my gallbladder turned out to be atrophied. In 2019, I had a sudden and severe episode of diverticulitis. That resulted in a colostomy. The second surgery was to close the ostomy. They couldn't do that, so they gave me an ileostomy. The third surgery was to close the ostomy, and the fourth surgery was to have complete abdominal reconstruction. After that first surgery, to complicate matters, I developed a respiratory infection. I kept getting sicker. Trial and error antibiotics went on for 2.5 years, and then finally, somebody said, let's test you for cystic fibrosis, and I'm positive.
The Cystic Fibrosis Foundation has been a great resource for us. Kind of coupled with that is Compass. Once we got involved, you quickly did not feel alone at all in the diagnosis.
Without the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, I would have been completely lost in how to navigate life with cystic fibrosis in it.
They gave us the books on what is CF. They gave us the website. It had helped us a ton when it comes to just navigating life with CF as an infant, as a young child, starting school, going to high school, just simply travel. Like, what do you need to bring when you go on trips or getting ready to go to college?
She would not be as healthy as she is If it wasn't for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and the hard work that's been put in and the money that's been invested, all the medications that she takes that are helping her be as healthy as she is because of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
When Jan passed, the community just embraced me. They really just surrounded myself and Jan's family and friends with love. We're all fighting to find a cure. We're all fighting to make sure that none of us lose a loved one. And that unites us, and it unites people in their challenges and their struggles and their love, but it unites us also to be strong.
The challenge was that there was a lot of information out there about CF, but it wasn't up to date. With the foundation, with the clinic, we were able to focus on the current information and focus on what do we need to do as new parents for her to thrive and to stay healthy.
I'm realizing how important it is to speak for a lot of other people, adults like me, who have not been diagnosed. Getting that message out even to the medical community that if patients present with sinus problems, pancreatitis, colon problems, a host of other problems, since it's a multi-system disease, that they should be tested and not ignored.
When you give money to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, you're literally providing hope to Stevie Lou and the CF community, and it is absolutely felt as parents.
Having grown up in a family of 2 CFers, I've thought back about the foundation and how it was there for my family. They're giving those opportunities to Ryan, my sisters, and those CFers that are out there.
Something that I'm very hopeful for in the future is recognizing that kids with chronic illnesses are more likely to be depressed, and they are more likely to suffer from mental health disorders. And so something that has been really big in the past few years is really helping pediatric patients being recognized with mental health disorders. I want what I've wanted since my parents taught me how to make a wish and a wishing well. We wish for CF to not stand for cystic fibrosis, but to stand for Cure Found.
We need to be able to get involved and let people know that they can donate and they can be involved in various ways.
The fact that she is here and healthy today, you can walk the steps back to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
These things to keep him as healthiest as he can be are very expensive.
If it wasn't for all the money that's raised with the CF Foundation, all that stuff, I mean, you go broke pretty quick trying to pay for different medications.
There needs to be more outreach for adults who have CF symptoms. So I want to see these people identified, and I want them to be able to have the same positive outcomes that I've had. And of course, I want a cure to be found. But in the meantime, let's help as many people as we can identify.
The reason why I'm here today is because of the people who have a CF kid, know a CF kid, or don't even know anybody who has CF. It's because of them why I'm healthy and here today and can get the drugs that I need and can get help from anybody at the CF Foundation. I'm here because of other people that are helping me.
When you look at spending money and you look at donating to non-for-profits or charities, you really want to know that your money is impacting directly and it's impacting quickly and that it's making a difference. I can promise you I've sat here and watched over the course of the last 8 years it make a huge difference for cystic fibrosis, for the foundation, and for the advancement of Trikafta. Giving is a way that not only we honor Jan's legacy, but we honor the legacy of all of those with cystic fibrosis and the future.
Please give. Thank you.